Hey, I think I'm live on Instagram and Facebook. I should be good here. Hey guys. Well, hey you watching this, wherever you're watching it from. Right here, I'm over on Facebook. Right here, I'm over on Instagram. If you're just coming in, just let me know in the comments that you can see and hear me, and the audio and the video is good. Um, Side note: Tobias is here having breakfast, so if you hear him yelling, screaming, saying hello, you guys know I just had the baby a year ago, so that's a part of my videos now. Okay, so good morning. If you're new to me and this is your first time seeing my face, my name is Cena Chandler. I am a delegation coach, and I help you, an overwhelmed health and wellness coach or an overwhelmed CEO, figure out the team that you need to hire to save your scale. If you are in a position where your company is growing exponentially in the middle of this pandemic, like a lot of businesses are online right now, and you're trying to basically figure out what you need to do to better serve your clients, to bring a level of excellence to your services, to your program. Maybe you have a group program you just launched out, whatever the case may be, and you feel like, oh, shoot, now I have all of these people who are flooding into the business, but I don't have the support behind the scenes that I really need. What I do is I come in and I help you figure out all of the mess, right? And I help you take all of the craziness and put it into a systemized workflow. And I help you figure out who you need to hire or how you need to maximize the team that you already have so that you guys can serve on a level of excellence and do what I call saving your scale. So today in this video and in this conversation, we're going to be talking about my program, Hire Great Help, what it is, why you need it, why it matters, but more importantly, not so much the program. I really just want to talk to you about what the other side looks like and what it really looks like for you when you get that team that you need so that you can serve in the way your clients best deserve. So we're going to talk about what that other side looks like today. If you watched any of the previous videos I've been doing over the last like month or so, I really kind of broke down why you're going through the different struggles and the different problems that you're experiencing in your company, and why you may be increasing your clients right now. You may be selling out your programs right now. Everything on the revenue side looks amazing, but behind the scenes, you're suffering, you feel burnt out, you're worn out, you're tired. And so I really dug into like why you're experiencing this growth that's exponential on one side, but on the other side, it's it just feels like it's falling apart. And if you missed those videos, definitely go back and watch some of them. And make sure you're following me on Facebook and Instagram so that you're notified whenever I go live, because I do a video once a week around these topics. But if you go back and watch those videos, I really kind of dug into the mindset that you probably 9 times out of 10 have right now that's causing you to stay stuck in that same position of, I just need to get some more clients and then I'll hire later. That is a mistake so many of us are making, especially online, and you probably are making the same mistake where you just feel like you'll be able to make it just one more month. You'll be able to make it through just one more launch with the way you have things set up in your business right now. And the truth is, you're setting yourself up for a massive failure. What you don't want to happen, and I mentioned this on one of the last videos I did, but what you don't want to happen, and this is what's happening to a lot of particularly coaches and people who are in the health and wellness industry, who are now coming online, right, and doing, or you've been online for a little bit of time and you're doing so well with your program. What's happening is that you're trying to make your next level of, you know, revenue or income or whatever in your business work with the structure that you already have. So it's like this. Let me give you a better example. It's like trying to build a house on a foundation of like sand. Like you're trying to take this foundation that you have that it seems kind of solid. You know, it looks okay with the way it is right now. It's gotten you this far. It's worked for you up until this point, right? Your assistants that you have, they've been with you the whole time. They're loyal to you, right? They know how your stuff works. And so you're trying to take the structure, the systems, the team that you already have, and put the pressure on them to go out and execute these much larger, much more advanced projects that you're now working on. And that could be the launch of your latest program, the launch of your group program. Before, you and your team were used to serving, you guys were used to serving like, let's say 5 or 10 people. Now you have a group program where 30 people just enrolled, 40 people just enrolled, right? In a 1 week span. And now you're trying to take on all of that pressure by yourself, because the areas where your team can't the areas where your team can't fit in the gaps, you're trying to step into the role and you're going back into overworking yourself because you have to fill in the gaps for where they're missing out. And so that's what the problem looks like. And I really, like I said, I dug into that a couple of videos back. So if you don't understand why you keep spinning your wheels in that same place, go back and watch some of those videos and just do a audit on your mindset and how you're thinking about the team that you have and the team that you need. Is it because you feel like hiring is an expense versus an investment, for example? Just some questions you can ask yourself. Do you feel like hiring is not an asset to your business? Do you feel like, hey, I don't need to hire because I've up until this point I've been able to do everything on my own, right? I know how to do everything in my business. If I need a website done, I know how to build it, right? If I need to design workbooks for my program, I know how to do it. So you feel like you don't need to go out and hire because you know how to do everything, right? So if you have any of those mindsets that are restrictive, that are archaic, that are really detrimental to the success and the growth and the sustained growth of your company, I really suggest you do a mindset audit. And looking back at some of those videos I did this past month will definitely help you do that. Okay, but what I want to talk to you about is once you overcome that way of thinking, what's next for you and what's possible for you. And so once you overcome that work, and I want to use an example of one of the amazing health providers that currently is in my program. And I'm just going to use her as an example. I'm not going to share her name or anything for, privacy purposes, but I just want to use her story as an example because it's really a testament to how overcoming a mindset part of this will help you to make the hard decisions that will catapult your company to continue to grow. So once you overcome the mindset part of it, and then you figure out, okay, I know that I need to maximize the team that I'm already using, or B, I need to figure out where the gaps and the holes are so that we can bring in more help that we need, right? And so you start at the very beginning of this process, which is basically doing like a business audit. And you need to really sit down and look at, for example, what processes are you guys already using? Maybe the only process that you're doing consistently in your company is your social media management and your social media management or how you serve your one-on-one clients. Maybe you're at the very beginning and that's the only thing that you're doing, which is probably not true. If you look at it in a bigger picture, I'm positive you're managing email inboxes. I'm sure that you're responding to requests for your services in your DMs. I'm sure that somebody has to do your accounting every month, and it's probably you doing all of that. So what I would do is I would sit down, or what you would do in my program, and we work together, is you would really sit down and you would go through a business audit. And I want you to be honest about what processes are you doing every single month consistently. And if it's you doing 30 things at one time, just keep it real. It's okay. That's why you're getting the help. But at least get it on paper so you can physically see how much pressure and stress you're putting on yourself. Okay, how much pressure and stress you're putting on yourself. All right, and so after you do that, then you need to pull out the one process that is currently, you need to pull out the one process that if you, I'm trying to put this in the right way because I know how I want to say it, but I want to say it in a way where you're going to totally understand it. Basically, you want to identify the process that is going to save you the most time if you outsource or delegate it, or B, it's going to generate the most revenue if you took your physical hands off of it. Okay, so you need to identify the one thing, and you can do this right now. You can do this right now. And I'm going to get to what the results are once you do this, but I just want to tell you what it looks like. So take the one thing that is going to give you back the most amount of time in your schedule, or AKA create the most time freedom for you, or B, is going to generate you the most revenue if you outsource and delegate it. And yes, there are things that if you assign it to somebody else and you stop doing it, it will generate you more revenue than if you physically did it yourself. There isn't such thing as you being a bottleneck and you being in the way of your own company growing. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now, once you go through the mindset work, once you go through your business audit, and then once you go through picking out the process that's going to bring you the most results, and you have the system behind it to do it, because you think you already know everything when it comes to growing your team, hiring people, delegating or not delegating. You think you have all the answers, but if you did, you wouldn't still be struggling with it the way that you are now. So you need the right strategy and the right system in place so that you can get the result that you're looking for, and you don't have that. And so that's what I give you, and that's what you get when you're in my program. Once you go through this process, what happens on the other side of that is this. And like I said, I'm going to use one of the health providers who's in my program right now, because her transformation is such a testament to how much this works. So on the other side of that, now you're able to know that you have a team who can support your business every single day, that it's open every single day, that you start your morning and you know, I have client calls today, I'm really booked today, I don't have time to go and answer any emails or answer any questions. You know, you have a team in place who knows what they're supposed to be doing for the day. They have instructions, they have workflows laid out for them in your project management system. It's clear. The training videos are short and sweet, and they're there, and they know what they need to be doing. So your team is up and running before you get out the bed. Number one. And so that saves you a lot of mental stress, and it saves you a lot of time, because you don't have to get up in the morning and always give direction. They already know what their job is for the day. They already know what the deadlines are and what they're supposed to be doing. And so from there, it gives you now time freedom to do what? To coach your clients, and actually coach your clients in a way where you can focus on them. You can really answer their questions. You can gain feedback for, what they're struggling with or what they need you to help them with. And you can really focus on doing your work and what you're good at, because your team is handling the rest of it. And if your business seems like a firestorm right now and everything is just everywhere and nothing's in order, it feels good to know that you have people in your corner who you can trust, who are helping you put out the fires while you're doing what is bringing money into your business. You focus on the money-making tasks. You focus on serving clients so that they want to renew with you and they want to stay, because your team is working on streamlining things and putting out fires and they're taking care of that over there so you can focus over here. And so another result of that is because you guys now have that flow going and it's working for you, now you have time freedom again. And this is where, like I said, one of the women who's in my program right now, this is what happened to her. She was able to cut down almost 2 hours of onboarding time for each one of her 50 plus clients in her program, because she put in place this team structure that I'm talking about that works specifically for her company. And so she was able to gain back 2 hours. It would take her 2+ hours to onboard every single person that came into her program, and she helps women increase their nutritional health. And so being able to basically eliminate having to have any contact, any touch point with a client whenever they signed up, it gave her back so much free time and so much relieved stress that now she can go out and she's actually building another course now because she just has the time to do it, while her 50 plus current clients are being served excellently. So do you see what I mean? Overcoming the mindset, doing a business audit, and identifying the first task that your team should be working on, or that you need to hire a team to take care of, is going to reap you those rewards. And that happened with my client in less than 60 days. So what I'm telling you is, this is an opportunity for you to take a leap of faith, and this is an opportunity for you to really figure out, what do you want to spend your time on? And not only that, what level of service and what level of care do you want to give to the people who currently invest in you, who buy from you, who purchase from you? And how do you want to deliver it to them? Because 9 times out of 10, you can't do it, hey baby, you can't do it just by yourself. You need some type of help. And if the team, like I said, you have right now isn't doing it to the best of their ability, there's probably just a few tweaks that you need to make. I have clients in my program right now who had a team of assistants, maybe one, maybe two, maybe three, and they weren't maximizing them. They weren't utilizing them to the best of their ability. But after we went through my process inside of Hire Great Help, which, by the way, if you want to apply for Hire Great Help, this is your last opportunity, because the program is totally getting a facelift, and I'm adding some changes and some updates to it. So if you want to enroll and actually be a part of the updates that are coming, then go ahead and apply. The link is above or around this video, depending on where you're watching this. Apply now so that you can get in and save a few $1,000s before we make changes to it for the new year. Okay. Side note. Okay, but yeah. So if you feel like, if you know you're not maximizing the team you already have, that's okay too. You and your team have the ability to go through this process, which I'll talk about what that looks like. But you guys have the ability to go through this process and figure out, what do you need to focus on first, so that you can start documenting what that excellence looks like at every level of project, or every level of a task that you complete together. But you have to start somewhere. And so if you're really struggling and you put yourself into a corner, you've backed yourself into a hole by continuously waiting to hire and continuously signing on new clients without having a system in the back end to support them, and to support them in excellence, then I definitely want to encourage you to think about what's possible for you on the other side. Do you want to have that 4-hour work week? Do you want to take off a month or two in your business every year for that vacation time? Because that's possible, right? I took off a year for my maternity, and if I was working in corporate, they would have only gave me 6 weeks to recover from a planned C-section in the middle of a high-risk pregnancy. But because my business was set a certain way, I was able to serve clients. I was able to still have sales coming in my company from home for a year. And so I just want you to think about what's possible for you on the other side of this. Think about what you want to do. Do you want to create another course? Do you want to write a book? Do you want to release another program? Do you want to just take time and spend time with your kids? Do you want to retire your husband from his job? Like what is it you want to do, and think about how close you really are to touching it and having that. If you just took a few hard steps with the business and with the team that you currently have. Because chances are you only need to tweak a few things to hit that transformation. Because the client I was mentioning to you guys earlier, not only was she able to save that amount of time in her company, in that 60-day time span, she was also able to 3x the investment she put into my program by utilizing the team that she had maximized. So she got her return on investment 3 times what she invested to get into the program, and she saved almost 100 hours of client work in 60 days. This is possible for you, but you have to take the first step. And so I want to invite you to apply for higher grade help if you are struggling with serving your clients in a way that is going to keep them happy, in a way that is going to help them to get the results that you know you want them to get, and in a way that's going to truly represent the business and the brand that you spent so much time building. If you are completely overwhelmed, overworked, overstressed, and frustrated with the back end side of your business, the way your workflows are set up, they don't work for you. The way your team is operating, it's not to its maximum potential. Your client facing side is great, but your back end is a mess. And if that's where you are, I invite